وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى قد أفلح من زكاها وقال الله سبحانه وتعالى في مقام آخر وذلك جزاء من تزكى وقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم الكيس من دان نفسه وعمل لما بعد الموت والعاجز من أتبع نفسه وتمنى على الله أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي. MashaAllah, it's very good to see lots of brothers making it to the Masjid before the Adhan is called. And that is the correct way, the Sunnah way, the liked way of offering Jummah. I want to share one hadith with everyone. You know, Alhamdulillah, Allah has granted us this tawfiq to offer Jummah Salah. And there are some of us who only get this tawfiq throughout the week. That is the only ability, that's the only opportunity Allah provides us to come to His house during the whole week. You know, I wanted to highlight this deed of Jummah prayer. That's all I wanted to share today. But what I want everyone to understand, that there is a concept of Iman and Ihtisab that our deen gives us. You know, in the month of Ramadan, everyone must have heard our Imam sharing us this hadith. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, "Man sama Ramadana imanu wa ihtisaban, ghufira lahu ma taqaddama min dhanbihi." That the one who fasts in the month of Ramadan, now that is not the only thing. There are two conditions with it for to get the reward, for to get the promise from Allah. What is it? What are the two conditions? That this fasting has to be done with Iman, and the second thing is ihtisab, that there has to be ihtisab. Right? Now, what is ihtisab? What is Iman and what is ihtisab? So in simple words, Iman is that when a person takes a journey, he knows his destination. Knowing your destination and targeting your destination, correct destination, that is what Iman is. That we come here to fulfill the command of Allah, not just to fulfill a ritual our Muslims have every Friday. No. Allah has called me, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, إِذَا نُودِيَ لِلصَّلَاةِ يَوْمِ الْجُمْعَةِ فَاسْعَوْا إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. I have come here because Allah has asked me to come. And I have come here because the whole purpose why Allah has given me life is somehow I had to please Him. So in order to achieve the purpose of my life, the destination of my journey is the pleasure of Allah. That's why I have come here. That is Iman. And what is ihtisab, my dear brothers? Ihtisab is that a person knows what is he doing, how to do it correctly, and what are the promises of Allah on that deed. To have full hope in that promise. Now anyone can tell me, is there anyone who knows what is the reward, what is the promise on Jummah Salah that Allah and His Rasul has promised us? Anybody knows? Any reward of offering Jummah Salah? Any hadith anybody has in mind? So the hadith that I wanted to share, you know, one of my shaykh in Pakistan, back in Pakistan, he's a great shaykh al hadith, man, taught many books of hadith. So I heard him saying this, that I looked all the treasure of hadith. I have not seen any reward greater than the reward of offering Jummah Salah. Such a great reward. And before I share that with everyone, why am I sharing all of this? This is the point that I'm trying to make. Is that, my dear brothers, there is an ayat I recited in the Khutbah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ زَكَّاهَا. Everybody must have heard this ayah, and most of us should know the meaning. What does it mean? That the one who got to purify himself, he is the one who is really successful. But indeed, he has achieved real success. The one who got to purify himself, the one who got to cleanse his life. This expression in Quran there are in many places. Many places Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expresses this meaning. So what does success means? What does tazkiyah means? This is what we need to understand. What is this success Allah is talking about? And what is this tazkiyah that Allah is conditioning the success with? So success, which is elaborated by Mufassirin, those who explain the ayat of Quran, they say success by falah in Quran, there could be three meanings. Number one, success, the real success is that success that after which there is no failure. That is real success. And that cannot be achieved in dunya. Because anything that you define success as, we are going to lose it. Right? A person is really striving hard to graduate. He graduates, but this degree that he got, how long will it stay with him for? Until he dies. After he dies, this degree is no use of. This car, this house, this job, this, whatever you name it. There is failure after it. There is loss after it. Right? One day we are going to lose it. Right? That's why, this success that we define, the worldly success, is just an illusion of success. It seems success. It's not real success. That's why Allah says it in Quran, defining dunya, وَمَا الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا مَتَاعُ الْغُرُورِ. It's just deception everywhere. It looks like that you got it. Like a mirage in the desert, you see water is there, but it's not there. So what is real success? Real success is that Allah is calling real success, that after which there will be no failure. Second meaning is that by some real success, what is meant is that entrance of Jannah after which there will be no coming out. That the whole in Jannah, that there will be no khuruj after it. That is real success. And the third is that pleasure of Allah, that there is no displeasure after it. That connection of Allah, that there is no disconnection after it. In dunya we cannot achieve this. Because one day we feel really close to Allah, and the other day the connection goes down. One day we got to please Allah, and the other day we have to constantly strive for it until the end. So this is real success, my dear brothers and sisters. And that success, which I just defined, is conditioned with tazkiyah. Now what is tazkiyah? Tazkiyah is not just one good deed. That I got to do some good, I got to offer salah, I got to recite Quran, I got to fast in the month of Ramadan. Tazkiyah means that the whole life routine gets the same way the routine of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Your life starts to resemble the lifestyle of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The sunnah life becomes your life. That is tazkiyah. From the beginning of the day till the end of the day, from the head to toe, you get to resemble yourself according to the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is tazkiyah. That leads towards that success. Now, it may seem really hard. I have to, fix my whole life. I have to completely submit myself from I have to be cautious. I have to be conscious all the time. Every single deed I do in my life has to be according to Sunnah. It seems really hard. But my dear brothers and sisters, this is what the point I'm trying to make. Everyone has, so anybody who gets to do good deeds, anybody who gets to follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's only by the will of Allah. when Allah allows it, when Allah accepts you for it, when Allah gives you tawfiq for it. That is the only way it can happen. Now, there is a level of opportunity of doing good deed Allah has given to each and every one of us. There are some good deeds that we are able to do. Right? Some of us can come to 5 times daily prayer every day. Some of us can come to Jummah Salah, and some of us are only able to come just in the Eid once in a year. There is some level of good deeds we are doing. My dear brothers, what we need to understand is the greatest effect of a good deed, if it's done sincerely, is that it attracts and pulls more opportunity of good deeds. One good deed, if it's done sincerely, properly, it's the greatest effect of it. The reward and other effects and the promises of Allah are extra. What is the greatest effect of a good deed? That it pulls, it attracts, it brings more opportunity of doing more good deeds. And what is the greatest bad effect of sin? That when a person commits a sin, that sin leads to him to commit more sins. You know, I'll share with one more hadith to explain this to everyone. Everyone must have heard that hadith many times. That Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once mentioned about 2 women in Bani Israel. Everybody must have heard it, right? That there was one woman, very bad character. I don't want to name the word, I want to name standing here the word. Very bad character. Then kept on sinning all her life. One day she was passing by on a road and she sees a dog, thirsty dog. And what she does, she pulls her sock out, the leather sock out, and she pulls the water from the well and she gives that water to that thirsty dog. Now this one deed seems to be really, really small. She didn't give water to some human being or not a Muslim human being. It's a dog, najis animal, an animal which is considered impure in Islam. No value in Islam. So, but that deed was liked by Allah so much that hadith says that she got forgiveness on that good deed. The word forgiveness is very easy for us, but that forgiveness, my dear brothers, you know, one couple in my locality, they were going for Umrah, they were leaving for Umrah, so they asked me to give them instructions. So I was telling them that this Hajj and Umrah is all about how much du'as you can make. It's all about supplications, right? That there are places over there in which du'as are for sure accepted. When you see the Kaaba, du'as are accepted. Multazim, du'as are accepted. While making tawaf, du'as are accepted. At Safa, du'as are accepted. At Marwa, du'as are accepted. It's just all about supplication. So it's all about you, how much supplication you can make, for how long you can make, how many times you can make. And then I was telling them, there are a lot of us, we don't even know what to ask Allah. We don't even know what are the most valuable things. And sometimes even when we ask those things that we need to ask, we ask them with having no value in the heart. Right? If I were to ask someone $1 trillion, how I'm going to ask? Right? With lots of value for it in my heart. When we ask Allah for forgiveness, do we have that value for forgiveness in our heart? That is the most valuable thing one can ever have. How many times in Quran Allah asks us to ask Him to forgive us? Rabbana ighfir lana, Rabbi ighfir li, Rabbana ighfir lana, waghfir lana, waghfir li. How many times? Because that is the most valuable thing we need to achieve here. Forgiveness. So she got that on that small deed. And then there was another woman Rasulullah mentioned. Please, my dear brothers, please pay attention to this. That she was a very pious woman, lots of good deeds. But she had a cat whom she locked in a cage without giving her food and water, and she left without caring about her, without caring about that cat, and that cat died out of starvation, starved to death. And on that bad deed, Allah put her into Jahannam. So now it seems what the apparent meaning of the hadith looks like: one good deed made her go into Jannah, the first woman, and the second woman, one bad deed lead her into Jahannam. But look at what ulama say, what the scholar says about this hadith. It's just not that one deed. The scholar says that one deed which was accepted by Allah, giving water to the thirsty dog. What that deed did, that deed became a source of her changing her life. And it drew a chain of good deeds in her life. And that chain of good deeds and that chain of good routine of life, that led her into Jannah. And that, for the other woman, that one sin caused her to become corrupted, to start sinning. And that chain of sins led her into Jahannam. So that's what I'm trying to share with everyone. Lots of us are only getting the opportunity to offer Jummah Salah only. How about we offer Jummah properly, sincerely, the way Allah and His Rasul wants from us, so it can attract more good deeds. For most of us, I'm included myself, we have been offering Jummah throughout our life. But this Jummah is not bringing any change in our life, my dear brothers and sisters. Jummah is not attracting more good deeds, it's not bringing that chain of good deeds which will lead us to Jannah. This word we hear many times, sincerity, ikhlas. And we tend to think this is something in the heart, it's something in the heart, that you do it for the sake of Allah. But I'll explain you what this sincerity is. My father, if I know about my father, he likes to drink water in a glass cup, right? And he likes it cold with some ice in it. Now my father asked me, Beta, my son, go bring me some water. Now there are two options. I can just go grab a bottle and give it to him. I obeyed him, right? But the other way is that I go in the kitchen, grab the glass, put some water in it, cold water in it, put some ice in it, and then bring it to my father. Which one do you think will be more pleasing to my father? Which one will have sincerity? So my dear brothers, the etiquette of Jummah Salah, the sunnah of Jummah Salah, the way Allah and His Rasul wants us to offer Jummah Salah, if we are sincere in it, we will follow those etiquettes. If we really want to please Allah by offering Jummah prayer, we will offer it the way they want us to. Now I'll share the hadith. That's it. Now I want everyone when we come for Jummah Salah, for rest for our life, we should have this hadith in our mind when we come. That is ihtisab. That is the hope of the promise. And try our best to offer Jummah this way, so it can lead us to do more. Now remember what my Shaykh said. The reward on Jummah Salah is so great that there is no other deen in Islam can get you that reward. Such great reward. Now the hadith goes like this: Man bakkara wa btakara wa ghassala wa ghtasala. The one who starts to offer Jummah prayer, to prepare for Jummah prayer. There is a preparation for Jummah prayer. On Tuesdays we have this 5th session in which we tell people the ahkamat, the rulings in Islam. So according to many fuqaha, many ulama, it's highly disliked to do any worldly deed after the first azan is called, after the Jummah times enters. Nowadays, Jummah time enters at 12, 16, 12, something like that. After that, the only thing you can do is to prepare yourself for Jummah. But the hadith says, the one who starts to prepare for when? Early morning, ibtikar. And those of you who have gone to Makkah and Medina, may Allah take us there again and again with accepted journey. They must have seen it. This thing is there, this ritual is there till now. People get ready for Jummah Salah and they come to the Masjid 8 o'clock in the morning. Around 9 o'clock, 9:30, the doors are closed, there's no space inside. Right? Those of you who have gone must agree with this. There's no place. People have to sit outside. 9 o'clock, doors are closed. So this is what the hadith says, preparing early for Jummah. And then, he takes shower properly. He cleans himself properly. He dresses properly. He cuts his nails, extra hair, all of those sunnah. Properly doing it. Preparing yourself. Allah has asked you to come meet Him. You gotta go meet Allah. For Allah. And then the hadith says, وَمَشَى إِلَى الْمَسْجِدِ وَلَمْ يَرْكَبْ. Now this is hard. That he walks to the masjid and he doesn't ride on anything. He doesn't take a ride. So in our area it's hard. So at least what we can do is park a little far away and walk as much as we can. Right? And then the hadith says, وَدَنَا مِنَ الْإِمَامِ. He sits as close he can sit to the Imam. Not all the way in the back. Not with the wall. Dana min al-Imam, sits as close he can sit. Fastama'a, listens to Imam very carefully what the Imam is saying. Because Khutbah is not something what Imam wants to say. Imam is just a messenger, he's conveying what Allah and His Rasul wants you to listen. It's all Quran and Hadith. You're not listening to the Imam, you're listening to the messenger of Allah and His Rasul. Representative of Allah and His Rasul. Very carefully, what Allah wants from me. What His messenger wants from me. And then the hadith says, وَلَمْ يَلْغُ. While listening carefully, he doesn't do anything irrelevant. Starts taking the phone out and playing with the phone. Fuqaha says, even if somebody is doing it, you're not supposed to prohibit it. You just pay attention. Now the hadith says, the one who offers Jummah like this, my dear brothers. There is a way we offer, and this is a way one offering Jummah. Right? Now, when a person offers Jummah like this, what does he get? كَانَ لَهُ بِكُلِّ خَطْمَةٍ أَجْرُ سَنَةٍ قِيَامِهَا وَصِيَامِهَا. The one who will offer Jummah like this, each step that he will take towards the masjid, each step, for each step he will get 1 year of fasting and 1 year of Qiyamul Layl Tahajjud reward. Yeah, 1 year. Yeah, Ajru Sanatin. One day we fast, what happens? One day we get to offer Tahajjud Salah, we pat ourselves. Oh, you did a great job. Imagine on one. I used to study in Chicago when I was becoming the scholar. So I used to see one of our shaykh. His house was like 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes drive, like 40-45 minutes of walk. And I used to see every Friday along the highway he's walking, all the way from his house. Imagine, my dear brothers, you offer one Jummah like this and your life doesn't change, then you can accomplish it. You will feel that you have done something. Please don't mind me saying this. Nowadays we offer drive-through Jummah. Like we have drive-through groceries, like we order and we just, on the way we pick it up. So I was going to my work, I was going somewhere. On the way I thought, okay, let's just stop for 10 minutes and offer Jummah and then go again. Right? Please forgive me saying this. But inshallah, that's the reason why I conclude my talk with this, that learning deen is the most essential thing for a believer. Learn what our deen is. Seek knowledge. And whatever you are doing, do it the correct way. And then it will lead to more. And it will lead to Jannah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us. Alhamdulillah alladhi kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina safa. Alhamdulillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. وقال ربكم ادعوني استجب لكم ان الذين يستكبرون عن عبادتي سيدخلون جهنم داخلين. بارك الله لنا ولكم في القران العظيم ونفعنا واياكم بالايات والذكر الحكيم. استغفر الله لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين فاستغفروه انه هو الغفور الرحيم. I would request for the brothers to move forward and fill in the gaps. Inshallah, more brothers are coming. Please move forward. Whatever space you have in front of you, please fill it up. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. Man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlil fala hadiya lahu. Nashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa nashhadu anna sayyidina wa mawlana Muhammadan 'abduhu wa rasuluhu. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد عبدك ورسولك النبي الأمي وصل على المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات وبارك على محمد وأزواجه وذريته. اللهم اهدنا فيمن هديت وعافنا فيمن عافيت وتولنا فيمن توليت وقنا واصرف عنا شر ما قضيت فإنك تقضي ولا يقضى عليك فإنه لا يذل من واليت ولا يعز من عاديت تبارك ربنا وتعاليت. نستغفرك اللهم ونتوب إليك. اللهم انصر الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم انصر المسلمين المستضعفين في كل مكان. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين. اللهم اغفر لموتانا وموتى المسلمين. اللهم اغفر للمؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات والأحياء منهم والأموات. إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم